been read into the record by, amongst others, Brigadier Gininda. I think Sergeant Mokgoatlheng and Sergeant Mokgoatlheng. Now, to try and dispel a notion at the end of it all that by virtue of the fact that the defense did not object to them when they were read into record, then it could be argued that by in a way of the fact that we did not object to their reading into record, our conduct would then amount to the fact that we tacitly admitted or agreed or consented to the correctness of the contents thereof. The following is their position, my lord. That the defense would like to put it categorically clear that in as much as they were read into record, the correctness of the contents thereof is still in dispute. We do not and we did not admit to the correctness of the contents of those entries as were read into record. And in fact, just to give a proper perspective in this regard, the state had approached the defense on numerous occasions, requesting the defense to admit to the correctness of the contents of those entries, and we had always been very specific in our response thereto that we do not admit same. They could have been read into record. It means the defense simply admitted those records for what they purport to be, but not really the correctness of the contents thereof. That remained a dispute between the defense and the state. That was just point number one, my lord. Point number two, my lord. I'm not done. Point number two, my lord.
He says it's not done.
Yeah, we just want to raise an objection, my lord. We don't know what the process Advocate Mnisi is following. We've reached the end of the state case. The matter needs to be now adjourned for argument. These are the issues that should be canvassed in argument and not at this point, my lord.
No, fine. Let Mr. Mnisi finish. He says it's not yet through.
I've said, my lord, that with what I'm trying to do here, or I am doing here, is to dispel the notion which could be created to the effect that by virtue of the fact that the state, that the defense did not raise this, therefore the correctness of the contents of those OB entries is therefore not in dispute. I just wanted to put that on record very clear.
So you're saying it is in dispute?
Yes.
Why didn't you object then? Because when Gininda read the OBs and Machano
yes,
and Mokgoatlheng, you had a right to say those entries there, we dispute them, they are not correct. You didn't do that.
That is the reason why, my lord, I am saying that the state knew then, actually it was incumbent upon the state to...
I don't know that because you say you held talks with Mr...
Yes.
I wasn't there.
That is so, my lord.
I sit here.
Yes.
If you can give me authority for the propositions you are making, fine. I'm prepared to adjourn. Go and give me authorities for the proposition you are submitting to say that because the OBs were not, during the course of the trial, disputed by yourselves. Therefore, this court shouldn't take it for granted that they are correct or that they were not disputed. Give me authority for that. I do everything on the basis of authorities. Told me authority, England, Canada, Australia. I'm listening, fine, okay.
May I get this very clear, my lord?
Yes.
That by virtue of the fact that the court is requesting that I should bring an, or I should produce an
Yes,
authority.
because I don't know such an authority. That after the case has been debated, questions asked, Mr. Ramusipidi closed his case, Mr. Gomezulu closed the case of number 1, the state also had closed this case. Now, the procedure tells me you've got to argue the matter. You can argue the matter, fine. But like I say, I know of no procedure where you stand up and you canvass issues. Mr. Baloi, maybe
My lord, there is nothing that I'm conversing here. I'm saying it's just a clarification.
who are you clarifying, Mr. Mnisi?
Yes.
Who are you clarifying?
I'm saying let me put this on record.
Give me an authority for that. No problem.
And
Come with
authority,
an authority and say in the case of so and so, this is what happened. Fine, no problem. And I'm prepared to adjourn, and you can come with that argument on Monday. No problem. No problem. Tell me, maybe I'm ignorant. This is what happened in this case. I know normally there's an application by either of the parties, either the defense or the state, to reopen their cases for such an exigence. I know that. But you are not opening the case. You are just telling me after the case is closed. You are not making an application to say you, as a representative of the team of the defense, you wish to open your case based on this and that and that and that and that. That's how it's done. Mr. Mgomezulu, you are an advocate. How is it done?
okay,
No, you don't have to sit down.
okay, thank you, my lord.
My lord, I agree with the court in terms of the procedure after both parties have closed their cases. It will be a procedure for either of the party to bring an application to reopen.
Yeah, that's the procedure I know. So, Mr. Mnisi, if you say the way you're saying it, if you say you've got authority for that, fine. Then and Monday I come, and then you come with that application. Or you come with that submission. No problem. Okay.
May I wrap up, my lord?
Yeah, wrap up.
My lord, I've indicated that we were approached by the state with a view that we should admit the correctness of the contents of the OP entries. We said that we cannot do because we do not have instructions. But nonetheless, the state then proceeded to read the contents, the contents of the OP entries, which we have specifically indicated to the state that we do not admit to their correctness. As far as I'm concerned, Malot, and insofar as I am standing, it was then incumbent upon the state to have alerted the court that in as much as the defense is allowing the reading of the said OP entries into record, this then should not be understood to mean that the defense is acceding to the correctness of the contents thereof. That is the position that the state should have actually brought to the attention of the court, my lord, and not vice versa.
Yeah, you should have raised that when Gininda was reading the OB, you cross-examine him, you had all the opportunity to cross-examine him and say, Brigadier Gininda, who wrote those OBs? Like Sibande said, it's Ramat what? The other one?
Mr. Mulifa and Mr. Ramashai.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
That's it.
But the state already knew that, man.
Wait. Mr. Mlife and Ramachala or whatever. When he wrote those OBs, were you there? That type of cross-examination.
That is
But you let the guy testify, you don't dispute anything. When the cases are closed, you want the case to start afresh. I'm prepared to reopen both the state case and the defense case, mero moto, after what you are saying. And then I can even recall all the guys like Gininda, who are the other guys who read the records, the OBs.
Sergeant Mohani.
And you can cross-examine them. And actually, if those guys are still alive, some of the scribes of those OBs, are they still alive?
Well, they should be, my lord.
If they're still alive, you can call them. They must come and testify there and say, it is I who wrote here. Fine.
I'm not so sure we should be calling them, my lord. Because then those should
you
have been
want the
witnesses
correctness
for the
of the
state.
OBs, don't you? The
Excuse me, my
correctness.
lord.
The correctness, you say the correctness of the OBs were not accessible.
My lord, those witnesses should actually have been the witnesses for the state. And the reason why I'm emphasizing on this, my lord, is because the state already knew that position. It was
there.
therefore for the
What you
state to have brought
discuss
that.
with this, no, that's not procedure. What you discuss with the state doesn't concern me. I'm concerned with what happens in court here.
Yes.
I was seated here, Ginina reading the OB.
Yes.
You were all here. You didn't cross-examine him. You know the law. If you don't dispute that, there's a conclusive argument which can be made about whether you agree or not.
Yes.
Mokgoatlheng, who's the lady?
Hola.
Mokgoatlheng also read the OBs.
Yes.
And even
Mokgane as well.
Mokgane
Yes.
read the OBs.
Yes.
And you guys didn't cross-examine on that. So what must I do?
Because, my lord, the
Give me the
state, when it
authority,
did
Mr.
that,
Mnisi, no.
Yes.
Just give me the authority. Fine.
In
I've told
respe-
you.
in
Give me
respect
the
of which
authority and
aspect,
prepared
man?
to listen. Because I don't know of any procedure like that. Never.
In
I've
any
never-
event, my lord, I think the court was correct in saying that the court is prepared to to reopen the case.
Yes, because I'm a fair man.
So that these
I'm
issues
very,
should,
very
yes,
fair.
I can
That's
say,
why
my
the
lord,
court
yes.
can Miromoto open it,
Yes,
which
ma'am.
is unprecedented in our law, by the way.
Yes, my lord.
It's unprecedented.
Yes.
I'm prepared to do it
Yes,
for
ma'am.
fairness,
As it
so
is the
that
court,
nobody
ma'am.
must complain that, "Ay, mina ngikobele sake, hey, the judge, hey." Prepared. And make an addendum. What is your view, Mr.
As it is the
My lord,
court.
we propose that the matter be adjourned. We'll address those issues. We'll have a chapter on public documents, the admissibility of public documents, section 234, the evidence of the witnesses, whether those documents have been proven. Hence, we were objecting against the process that Advocate Mnisi is embarking upon. They should address that issue in their heads, my lord.
Yeah, so what your view is, they shouldn't
Yes.
reopen the state case. I mean, their
Yes.
cases.
Yes.
No, they can open it. Mr. Mnisi, you can reopen your client's case. This court says you can. If there's something very critical you think it will
Yes.
affect your preparation and debate and submissions, you can reopen the defense case. And I'm even prepared to do it now, so that Monday you come with whatever submissions you want based on after
Yes.
reopening the case.
Yes, because he's arguing the question of weight to be attached to certain documents, which is a matter of argument, my lord.
Okay, you're at liberty to reopen your case on Monday, okay? And bring the authorities.
I'm not here on Monday, my lord.
Where are you now?
I'm somewhere else, my lord. I'm not available on Monday. But I would request somebody to come and stand in for me.
Mr. Masipidili, because this concerns your clients, Mr. Ramasipidi and Mr. Mgomezulu. What are you saying?
I was caught off guard. man.
Hello?
I was caught off guard.
No, you know the law, man.
Yes, but my
You
lord,
reopen the case. Okay, if the case is closed, you can't address the court
may I just,
on the procedural aspects which you just let go. You apply to reopen the case, and if the application has merit, the court grants it. It happens every day. Even in the Supreme Court, counsel can argue that Mokgoatlheng, when he was representing Mr. Sebande, did not do it properly because, for instance, there is this case which says this and this and this. He didn't canvass it. So this gentleman who I'm now representing did not have a fair representative chance because Mokgoatlheng Kennedy doesn't know the law. Then the SEA reopens the case for you to argue that exigence. I'm prepared to do it. But you don't address a submission without applying for reopening the case. That's the procedure. Is that not so, Mr. Mnisi?
That is, my lord. My lord, in my personal view, I'm prepared to argue that aspect.
You are?
I'm prepared to argue that aspect at a later stage, during the argument.
On that point, I rest my case as well. I abandon.
Okay, fine. So Monday you're not here.
This argument is abandoned, my lord.
It's abandoned.
Yes,
Oh, okay, fine.
thank you.
Kafushane udaba obenzela lana nanjengoba ubufakazi sebuqediwe ke ukuthi bethule bese beshilo ke nawo Mr. Damsipile ukuthi akekho nofakazi abazombiza ubese veza udaba ke advocate Mnisi ukuthi nanjengoba kunezincwadi zasemaselini ezifundiwe la ifundwe uyena Brigadier Kininda uSergeant Mkhola kanye nawo Sergeant Mukhane ebethi ke bona ke beabameli babo abasolwa noma bevumileke ukuthi ayifunde lezo ncwadi la enkantolo lokho akusho ukuthi bayavumelana nalokho okufundiwe ke lana kafushane ke ukuthi lokho bekufanele ukuthi ke bakwenze enkathi labo fakazi bekwenza ke beyifunda le ncwadi kodwa bangakuvezike lokho manje nanjengoba sekuphothulwe konke ofakazi sebeqedile ukuthi babizwe khona ke lapha kodwa ke egcineni usethi cha akasaqhubekike naloko abekuveziwe.
Okay, so we postpone for argument then.
Indeed, my lord.
So how many days?
We've been discussing about the timetable for the filing of the heads. Our proposal, subject to the court approval, was that at least if we can file, if all the parties can maybe file their heads in a week's time, that we have the whole
What's a
of
week's time?
we have the whole of next week, my lord, to compile the heads, and we then argue the matter Monday in a week's time.
Is that time called a week's time?
Yes.
You must give me dates.
Yes. I'll
Say we have agreed that the heads should be
Yes.
filed on the first of the year of Jesus Christ 1.
Yes.
Then you're talking.
Yes, that will be, in other words, all the parties will go compile the heads for the whole of next week. Maybe we file by Monday, the 26th, and maybe argue the matter either that Monday or
26th of February.
yes, argue the matter on the Tuesday, the 27th. So, my lord,
What's the date today?
today is the 16th.
16.
Yes. This is just a proposal from the state side. It's an issue that we wanted to converse with the court
Is that
yesterday
so?
when we came around to see the court in chambers.
16th. The 21st, this is 5 days. Sorry, the 21st, what will be the
Friday will be the 23rd.
this Friday?
No,
The following Friday?
Yes, the following Friday will be the 23rd.
Yeah, let's file, the defense can file on the 23rd. And you want to respond. You must file and they must respond or vice versa.
Yes, well, that was one of the issues that we're debating whether, we should do it as
The
in
onus is on you. sir.
in
It's on the
civil
state.
matters. Yes,
So
yes.
the state must prepare heads if it wants to. And I'm not forcing anybody to prepare heads.
Yes.
If you think you can come and argue out of your head, no
Yes.
problem.
Yeah. We're trying to short-circuit the whole process because if the state files and the defense responds, that would mean we have to adjourn for approximately, I think, 2 to 3 weeks. And
So what happens then?
So-
Everybody files on the 26th.
yes, everybody files on the 26th, then we...
Is it okay, Mr.
we-
Mnisi?
we argue on the
Khumalo,
27th.
All of you. Is it okay?
Normally what happens, my lord, is the state must file first and then we respond. We need to respond to what the state has alleged.
Yeah,
we
so
cannot file
when do you
simultaneous.
file? They say they want to respond. When do you file?
We will file by on the 26th, my lord.
And then they respond when?
Yeah, well, I suppose they'll have another week to respond.
If I can just make a submission, my lord, that the state be directed to file the heads in 5 working days, my lord, from today, which will be Friday next week.
The 23rd.
The 23rd, my lord.
Right?
And then the defense be directed also to file 5 days after that, which will be the 1st of March. Then we can come back, my lord, on the 4th to argue the matter. That's my
Is it
submission.
agreed?
We will fall in
Okay,
with.
fine.
That's basically what we are suggesting, my lord.
Ukukhulumisana
fine.
ke sorry ngendaba yamalanga ke lana ngoba kufanele manje okufanele ukuthi kuyenzeka ke emuva kokuthi seqedwe konke ukuthi ke kulethwe izethulo phambi kwenkantolo kuthiwa ke makhulunywa ke ukuthi kufanele kube umbuso oqala ekuyibona ke abelethe izethulo zabo bazokwazi ke abameli ukuthi baphenduleke kulokho umbuso ke wona ke ilanga abalibekayo i26 zika February bathi ngalelo langa bazoletha ezabo izethulo ukuthi ke inkantolo ayithathe siphi isinqumo ngaloko bekwenzeka bese kuthi ke abameli sebekutholile lokho ngazo i26 bona bacela futhi ezinye insuku ezi5 abazokwazi ukuthi baphenduleke bese kuthi ke manje uma kuvezwa njena ukuthi ke nabo ke bazothola yabo 5 days after noma emuva kwalo ilanga langa i26.
Okay, then it's agreed. Then the matter then is postponed to the 1st of March, subject of obviously to the fact that the state files its heads by the 23rd.
Be the 4th of March, my lord.
The 4th of March, that's,
Yes,
yeah,
it's
that's
a
the
Monday,
case.
yes.
Yeah, but then you file on the 25th. And then the response is when?
On the 1st.
On the 1st of March, and we come back on the 4th.
Yes, ma'am.
I can tell you now, the JP is going to be displeased because he had said 2 days, today and Monday. Because we've got a
kuvunyelwene-ke
weekend.
phakathi
Oh,
kwabameli
you don't work over weekends, Mr. Ngomezo.
No, man.
sekuvunyelwene ke phakathi kombuso kanye nabameli ukuthi ke icala leli lihlehliselwa ke zona ke i4 kundasa kulanga kwenyanga ke elandelayo ngoba ke nge26 kuzotholakala izethulo zabashushisi bese kuthi ke banikezwa iviki abameli benu ukuthi baphenduleke bona bazophendula ke ngalo ngosuku lokuqala ke kuyena undasa bese kuthi siyabuya ke thina ngomsombuluko olandelayo ngazo i4 so icala ke lihlehliselwa i4 zika March siyezwana.
Okay, then we can adjourn.
Okay, 4 yeah 4 March yes.